What's up, everyone? Kawaii here to react to the final episode of Arifureta Season 2. Last episode where we left off, things got really crazy. We got Eric, who was revealed to be one of the main antagonists back in episode 10, making all kinds of evil moves, mainly being holding the rest of the class captive and raising her undead army because she was revealed to be a necromancer. But one of the most evil moves that she did last episode was getting Hayama to kill Kaori. Yes, basically kill Kaori by shoving a sword right through her back. And she was pretty much dead for a while, but it looks like at least that she was able to be brought back to life. But now she's still unconscious, so it's hard to tell as of right now if she's actually brought back to life or if she's truly dead. I don't think she's dead, though. I think she's going to come back to life later on. But Shizuku was also stabbed in the back as well, so that really got me worried for both their safeties, actually, because I really did like Shizuku and Kaori, although admittedly I do kind of like Shizuku more. But yeah, to see her getting stabbed in the back, that did kind of make me upset. But look, she seems to be okay, though. It was actually a little bit disappointing, though, the last episode. I did find it a little bit disappointing because Hajime came in and saved the day, and it made everyone else look weak. That's pretty much what happened. Like, the rest of the class pretty much had to rely on Hajime to save them. It really did seem like Hajime had to do everything in this series. So yeah, that's something I really didn't like about the last episode. And I kind of ranted about it at the end of my episode 11 live reaction. You guys can click that. You guys can go back to that live reaction if you missed it. But yeah, let's see. With all that aside, let's see how this season is going to end. Let's see how season 2 is going to end. So without further ado, let's get to it. Here we go, guys! The season 2 finale of Arifureta. Oh, interesting. But the big question is, who exactly is that nun? Poor princess, she looks absolutely out of it. But you can't really blame her, because not only is she in charge of like an entire kingdom, but a lot has happened over the past few days, to say the least. A lot has been happening lately. I'm pretty sure it's not just the shading around her eyes. She looks genuinely exhausted. Yeah, they're not gonna kill off Kaori. No way. She's a significant character. If they kill off Kaori, then Hajime most likely will start genocide. Sensei's too nice. I'm pretty sure I said this before too. Aiko, I mean, you gotta admire her for being such a nice teacher. But still, her kindness can be, could also be a hindrance. Like I said, she's too nice for her own good sometimes. Damn. You silver-tongued devil, you. Hajime has such a way with words. Oh, that's a great scene. Also, it kind of, but I think it also reflects on what I've been thinking about Aiko. I'd say for quite a while now, I feel like Aiko's main purpose in the story is to be that, is to kind of be like the main character's, like, the rock to these characters. Like, that shred of hope and humanity to these characters. Because let's face it, I mean, a lot of the shit that's been going on in this world, like ever since these main characters got isekai to this world, like, you can, like, it changes them. It changes it's been changing these characters. In both good ways and bad ways. And I think it's been proven to quite a few of these characters so far that it seems pretty easy for them to lose their way, to turn into completely different people, like just go off the edge. And I think Aiko's main purpose in the story has to be to give them that little sliver of hope, and, you know, just to remind them of what it's like to be human, like to be like perhaps even to be a mentor, like to continue being a mentor to these kids. It kind of reminds me of Miss Arisaka's job in Grisaia Phantom Trigger. I know, for those of you who watch my Arifureta reactions, I don't think any of you guys are familiar, or at least like very few of you guys are familiar with anything related to Grisaia Phantom Trigger. But yeah, basically, in Grisaia Phantom Trigger, long story short, there's a teacher in that series named Miss Arisaka, and her duty was to give the main characters pretty much a normal school life, to teach them things, not just school subjects, but I guess I guess how to behave as proper functioning members of society. Kind of. At least that was supposed to be her job. And I feel like that's kind of what Aiko is supposed to do. I'm guessing that's what Aiko is supposed to do in this series. And honestly, I think that's what she should do. I think that's one of the main things that she can do. Her main job shouldn't be blowing up churches with dragons. Also, yes, classmates, please get some training in. Please get those sparring sessions in, because for God's sake, I want you guys to actually fend for yourselves and not rely on the main protagonist of this series. Yeah, it's probably... Why not? Should someone remind you who saved all of y'all? Because y'all can't do it for themselves? Oh, what perfect timing! Why are they Why are they skydiving? Why can't they just ride on Tio and land gracefully? Oh my god. What? Whoa! What the fuck? Oh, I hope you guys can like you guys can rebuild the stadium floor, right? Like fill it back up. Oh, that's Kaori? What's with this new look? That's Kaori? It's Kaori the White! She got the Gandalf treatment! What happened to her? Well, at least she's still alive. At least she's alive. Aww, Shizuku's reaction. I figured something like that would happen, because when I first saw her, I was like, wait a minute, she kind of looks like Noint. And, well, yeah, yep, that's pretty much what happened. Yep, she pretty much fused with Noint. Well, you see, Shizuku, it's very simple. See, Kaori and Noint are much too cute to be killed off, so the author decided, hey, why not just fuse those two together into one character? Oh, that's convenient. I guess. Nice view. Yes, possibly. Yeah, because we all know how supportive you guys are of Hajime this whole series. I mean, he saved your asses, didn't he? Oh, damn. What is the day and night cycle in this world? Because we went from day to sunset to night in just in just two scenes, like in a span of just like one cut. In a span of like 20 seconds. I think it probably has to do with like the pacing of this story. He's all like, who needs those bozos? I got my harem right here. Ne-sama. Okay, buddy. Yeah, you guys would probably be dead weight anyways. But the question is, does Ari want to talk to you again? What is that smile? Yeah, if they actually get some good magical powers after this, then they may actually hold their own against some enemies. And that's always a plus. Maybe then they'll be less reliant on Hajime. I'm sure they'll be fine, right? Hey! Nah, Hajime is the one with meat getting shoved in his mouth. Whoa! Oh my god! In front of the class too? A reward for what? Oh dear God. Not in front of the dinner table, please, Tio. I mean, yes and no. It's not a misunderstanding, but more so, I guess, misrepresentation of the facts. It's misleading, at least. Woo! He got the girth. Oh, Tia, this is what happens when you turn. This is what happens when you don't choose your words carefully. Also, I'm pretty sure the original rod was thicker, right? That one looks pretty skinny. Oh, they woke up fast. And the rest of the class is here. Oh, that's the princess's new look, huh? Not bad, I must say. Hey. And they're off. Alright, and that is the end of Arifureta Season 2. Alright, well, first of all, as always, I'm going to start off with just my thoughts on this episode, and then I'm going to move on to my overall thoughts, my final thoughts on Season 2 as a whole. So, what I think about this episode, overall, I think it was a pretty decent finale to Season 2. Not too exciting, not too mind-blowing, but at the same time, it wasn't, I definitely wouldn't consider it bad or underwhelming by any means. No, it was decent. I think it's fair to say it was just decent. It was nice to see Kaori is alive. I think we all knew that Kaori would be brought back to life. However, what I did not expect is her being brought back to life as Kaori the White. Was her getting the Gandalf treatment? Because her soul has fused with Noint, and she is now basically, yeah, it's Kaori and Noint fused together. So yeah, that was something I definitely didn't expect, but at the same time, it is a pretty nice surprise. Because now, I'm assuming, Kaori is not just a healer now. She now has, what I'm assuming is, at least some of the power of a god's apostle. So, yeah, my guess is that she's going to be really strong in battle. Like, she's not gonna just play the support role. My guess is she's gonna have some good damage output as well. Look at me talking like it's a video game. But yeah, and also at the end of this episode, it looks like Hajime is actually gonna go venturing with his classmates. So if there is gonna be a season 3, which honestly I don't know if there will be. I mean, yeah, there does seem to be more content to adapt, but I don't know. I think it's still too early to tell if there is gonna be a season 3. But if there is going to be a season 3, then I'm guessing that's what we're going to expect. Hajime venturing with not just his harem, but with his classmates as well. It's no longer going to be telling it's no longer going to be telling two different stories. It's going to be the classmates' POV and Hajime's POV merged into one sequence of events. So yeah, if there is going to be season 3, then that's definitely going to be interesting to see. And of course we got some. It wasn't much, but I guess we got some good Hajime and Yue moments in there as well. And of course, one last whimsical, hilarious, incredibly perverted scene with Hajime and Tio and the other girls in his group. But yeah, other than that, overall, pretty decent finale, I must say. As for what I think about the season, what I think about season 2 as a whole, without a doubt, better than season 1. Better animation, and like we no longer have that infamously shitty looking CG anymore. Now the animation actually does look pretty decent. It actually looks pretty good. I mean, there were a few CG sequences where it does still look kind of janky. But yeah, other than that, the animation, at least the CG, has actually been pretty damn good, I must say. A vast improvement over season 1's CG. Also the pacing as well. I feel like season 2 is much better paced than season 1 as well. I think it just flows better. One thing I also liked about season 2 was that I feel like some of the other characters, especially the girls in Hajime's harem, they all had their times to shine. I mean, yeah, Tio, characters like Tio is still like that masochistic perverted dragon that we know and love, but she definitely had her moments to shine, like on her own, like that scene where she flew out of the volcano, as well as the other girls as well. We saw Yue and Shie like wrecking all those soldiers and Freed's like demon army. That was definitely great to see as well. Yeah, it was really nice to see like those girls not just being reduced to just like fan service material or just like girls horny for Hajime. No, they actually had their own moments to shine. I mean, yes, you did see them acting horny towards Hajime, but they still had their moments to shine. At least, like, unlike Hajime's class, they actually didn't have to rely on Hajime for everything. They could actually fight foes on their own. They could actually handle themselves on their own. So that was nice to see, at least. And of course, throughout season 2, we got to see a lot of moments with Hajime and his group just being badass and wrecking shit. Especially with sequences like Hajime's fight with Noint, where he shoved a giant spike through her chest, and fight scenes like that. Also, a lot of crazy, like compared to season 1. Well, okay, I wouldn't say it's crazier than season 1, because I think a lot of crazy stuff happened in season 1 as well. But there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened in season 2, as well. Like, of course, the whole incident with Eri and how she captured, she held her whole class captive. She was revealed as being one of the main antagonists with the series, and how she went her main objective was just to basically be yandere for Kouki. And we also saw her and Hiyama killing Kaori, which is something that I don't think any anime only is expected. And she tried to bring her back as like some sort of zombie or something. And she also stabbed Shizuka in the back as well. That was definitely shocking. Yeah, I think the series had quite a bit of shocking moments as well. Season 2 had quite a bit of shocking moments as well. But yeah, I think those are all the pros I had with this series. As for cons, honestly, I think the main like thing I didn't like about season 2 was that it still was the class relying on Hajime to save them. Which sucks because, like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate everybody in Hajime's class, like, especially Shizuku. Shizuku is probably one of my favorite characters in the series. But it really does suck when I see characters that have potential, like they have magical powers, but they cannot. But at the end of the day, they still have to rely on Hajime to save them. And I'm really hoping that once season 2, well, not season 2, once season 3 comes along, that will change. But yeah, the whole, what happened in episode 11 was definitely frustrating to see, especially considering the fact that when they saw Eri trying to resurrect Kaori, use her necromancy spells on Kaori, it looked like they just stood there and just yelled at her instead of actually doing anything. Apparently that's not what happened in the source material. Apparently they were actually trying to get to her, but I think like there was just so many undead soldiers in their way that it wasn't really possible for them. That I can understand, and that I wish could have been represented at least somewhat in the anime. Like, I wish the animators actually took the time to at least show them, like, actually trying to fight some of the soldiers and show them that they were actually being, like, preoccupied. Like, they were actually trying to save Kaori and stop Eri. Like, I wish they actually animated something like that. Like, something resembling that. But they didn't. Instead, the animators decided to just show them just standing there and yelling at Eri. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, you know, working on anime, it's not an easy job. I mean, especially considering all the tight schedules and the long hours they have to work. You know, there's so many different things that kind of probably contribute to them not being able to do that. But still, that's something I kind of would have liked to see. But yeah, other than that, yeah, season 2 definitely enjoyed. Definitely better than season 1. However, I'm still not sure if I would put it as like one of my favorites this season, because honestly, I mean, yeah, while I did say it was an improvement compared to season 1, at the end of the day, I feel like it's at the end of the day, it's still mostly just Hajime being a badass and girls and getting the bitches and the girls simping over him. It's mostly what I expected from a sequel, a season 2 to Arifureta. Nothing too exciting, nothing too mind-blowing. It is mostly what I expected. But not to, well, of course, that's not really a bad thing, because like I said, I still enjoyed it. So yeah, I definitely am wondering if there's gonna be a season 3. I mean, if I recall correctly, season 2 of Arifureta was actually, like, it was announced pretty early on. It was announced like not too long from season 1's finale. So who knows? Maybe we will get a season 3 announcement a few days from now. But then again, that's not up to me to decide. That all depends on how the studio feels and how sales do, of course. But if there is a season 3, then I wouldn't really be surprised, because it does seem like there's going to be there is a lot more source material to adapt. Because where season 2 left off is where it seems like Hajime is going to actually venture off, and like I said earlier, venture off with his classmates. And so yeah, that would definitely be interesting to see. Basically my point, season 2 kind of left off open-ended, or like it kind of, there is definitely room to continue off where season 2 left off. So yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Subscribe to my channel. Follow my Twitter. Support my Patreon. Links in the description down below. And I will see you guys next time.